guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I get this super simple, quick, easy makeup look for when I wanna look like I put a lot of effort into my makeup, but I actually did not. So let's go ahead and get started. You guys may have seen this in a couple of my recent tutorials. This is what I've been using as kind of like my first step before I even go in with primer or foundation, and it is protection. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Defense Radiant Protective Veil, and what I mean by protection is this is like what I've been using for SPF, but it actually protects your skin from harmful effects both indoors and outdoors. So this is something that I actually didn't know about, and I was really excited to partner up with Bare Minerals to tell you guys about this, because there's actually this thing called blue light that is emitted from like cell phones, TVs, electronics, computers, anything that has a screen on it and you're like using. It actually emits this thing, like I said, called blue light that has really, really damaging effects on the skin. It's supposed to be as damaging or even more damaging as the traditional like UV rays. And I know that most of us we know of UV rays, you know what I mean? Like we know that that is damaging. We know not to go out in the sun and not wear sunscreen, but this blue light thing was like a whole new situation that I didn't even know about. And it does the same thing. Like it contributes to wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, dark spots. If you do have acne scars, it can actually make your scars last longer and be darker on your skin. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, let me just slather this all over my face. I just create a really nice even layer, and it is non-chemical, if you know what I mean. And it almost I'm telling you guys, I have said this in a couple of my recent tutorials, but it almost gives you like a smoothing effect. I feel like it almost like filters out my pores somehow. So not only are you protecting your skin, but you're also getting this smooth, radiant veil. You will get a little bit of a cast, but that's how you that's how I feel like I know I'm protecting my skin. And this also has cacao extract in it, and the cacao extract is what is the ingredient, I should say, that is really gonna protect from the blue light specifically. I actually always think of my dad when I think of cacao extract because he puts it in his smoothies, and on its own, it's actually one of the most powerful antioxidants in the world. That's why he puts it in his smoothies every day, like his protein shakes. It's chocolatey. Cacao, chocolate, cocoa, it's all in here, so it's good. All right, we are moving on to primer now. I've been using the Maybelline Master Blur Stick. I actually have been loving like these little products like this that have the little blurring qualities in the little stick form, just because it's easy to use. I was using one, or I mentioned one in my favorites video last month, but I broke that one unfortunately, so I've been trying out this one, and I have been liking it a lot. So I pretty much just apply that where my pores are living, so that's definitely right here on the apples of the cheeks, kind of like underneath the nose and on the nose. And then I like to put it up here to mattify my T-zone. Guys, also, Orion's belt, gone, okay? I have like some new products and new techniques that I have been loving for getting rid of acne scarring actually. So let me know if you guys want to see a video on that, because I got all the tips, I got all the tricks, and I'm ready to share them with you guys. And then for the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with a really light layer of the Professional. We are gonna be smooth as a baby's bottom today. There you go, good to go on that. We're gonna go into foundation, and I'm gonna be trying out a new product. This is from NYX, and it's the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Haven't tried this out yet, so I brought two different colors because I didn't know which one it was going to match me, but I feel like I'm gonna try out neutral tan first. It's always such a thing to try out a new foundation because you don't know your shade, and it could go terribly wrong or it could go terribly right. You just never know, you know? So, ooh, it looks like I actually picked pretty well. They have a huge shade range of this foundation, so there were a lot of options. I think they had like 45 shades actually. It was pretty extensive, but I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation. It's supposed to be super full coverage. So I'm gonna swipe it on with my Sigma F80. Then after this, go in with a blender and make sure everything looks nice and blended in. See how smooth the skin looks? I mean, it might be the foundation, I don't know, because I haven't tried it yet. This is my first try. Ooh, this match. Yes, NYX. Has like a really, really nice neutral undertone too. I wasn't naked, don't worry. It looked like I was naked, okay? Let's not think that way, people. Moving on to the eyes. We're gonna keep it super simple. I wanted this look to be something that anybody could recreate and something that you could wear for so many different occasions. Like you could do this on a night out or on just like more of a day-to-day sort of look. It's really just depending on what you're going for. So I'm gonna start off by priming the lid with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is not going to cancel out the color of our eyelids or any discoloration that we have as much as something like soft ochre, which is what I normally use, but that's kind of what I want for this more natural look, if that makes sense. I don't want everything to be canceled out. If you're an OG rock star, you definitely know this palette. I used to use this all the time and I was like obsessed with it when I first tried it, but it's the Sephora Collection Pro Palette, and this is the warm shade. Warm Pro Pigment Palette. Don't you just love when you can't say the names correctly? I've had my fair share of use of this guy. I used to use it all the time actually when I first got it, but I'm back on it. It's just a nice warm palette and it's nice and big, so you have a lot of shades to choose from. But I'm first gonna take the shade Oat. Got a little bit of oatmeal going on here. And I'm just going to set down that primer that we put down. And I'm not really gonna be taking too many shadows for this look because obviously I do want to keep it very basic. I mean, not basic in a bad way, but you know, I wanna keep it super simple. That's a better word. We'll go with simple. So I wanna keep it super simple. So I'm gonna start off with the shade called Terracotta right here. Actually, I'm sorry, my apologies. Sepia. We're gonna start off with Sepia. I had to write the names on here because honestly, those plastic sheets with the names on it canceled in my books. Like, I lose them every single time, so I just don't even bother with them anymore. So I actually write the names when normally when palettes come with that plastic thing. This is a nice warm brown filled with goodness. I'm just gonna take that and actually buff it straight into the crease after we have it on the lid. So I'm using a Sigma Buff and Blend E39 for this step. It's a really, really nice brush to use for buffing onto the lid because it has this dome shape to it. So it just can get right into this crease. Then you wanna take a fluffier brush. This is the MAC 224. And you just want to buff out those edges. Get it nicely dispersed. While I'm working on this brush, I am gonna take a little bit of a lighter color, so I'm gonna go in with Clay down here. Tap off the excess and just add a little bit of warmth into this crease. That, my friends, is pretty much the extent of the eyeshadow. So basically the whole technique is relying on using a dark, warm tone brown on the eyelid, buffing it into the crease, and then lightly blending that out with a medium warm tone shade. And we're just gonna repeat the same process on the other side. So you want to blend that shade out until it creates sort of this like nice swoosh. I kind of point the shadow towards the end of my brow and I feel like that shapes it really nicely, and I love this sort of look because it's so simple and so beautiful, but it really actually does look like you've put a lot of effort into your makeup. So to top off the eyes, I'm gonna add on some lashes. These are from Lily Lashes and they're the Makeup by Samuel style. They're really nice and fluttery, but also I like the shape of these, and it's gonna go really nicely with this sort of eye makeup because the eye makeup is so simple but has this nice almost like cat eye winged shape to it. You wanna try to look for lashes like this that will complement it. Ew, this lash glue smells gross. Micaela's lash glue. It smells like dirty, like old fish. Ugh, gross. And I mean, Micaela, what have you been doing with your lash glue, girl? I just applied the glue to the lash, but I'm gonna let that sit and get tacky. I actually don't usually use this glue. I borrowed it from Micaela K Beauty, okay? Her duo glue. I like the House of Lashes glue better actually, but I just forgot it today, unfortunado. Honestly, this glue smells super weird. I've never smelled it before. It smells super weird. Like it smells like dirty fish. It's really weird. While we let that set, I'm going to just add on some mascara, and I'm using this one from Essence Cosmetics. It's the I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. I used to use this back in the day, back in my Van City days. We just want to uplift the eyelashes a little bit so that the lashes sit nicer on top of them. This lash glue is really hard to work with, honestly. I think it might be expired, honestly, because it's just not sticking. Like my lashes will literally just like start to peel off. It's the weirdest thing. I have never had this before, and I've used Duo before. It's not like I'm saying the brand specifically. I don't know, maybe it's just this bottle. It's not working with me. It is not cooperating. I'm calling her because we need to get this sorted. Micaela K Beauty. It's Roxette. I just want to know why your lash glue does not stick. I can't figure out how to work with it. I've been trying for like literally 20 minutes and it's not like sticking to my eyelashes. But thank you so much for letting me borrow it. All right, call me back. Bye. Hopefully that stays, because wow. Moving on to the face, because we are done with the eyes. That is how easy it is. So we're gonna go into our under eye brightener. You guys know I love this stuff. It's from Becca Cosmetics, and I just use it to brighten up this underneath area as well as fill in the divots. Micaela's calling back. Micaela K Beauty.
What's up?
Why is your lash glue
What? It is not.
Dude, I've been literally trying for 25 minutes at this point, and it's like not sticking to my, like the lashes don't stick to my like eyelids.
You have to let it dry. Like put the glue on the lash and then give it like a solid 2 minutes and then put it on.
Bro, I did that like 7 times, I swear. What? I swear. And it smells kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, 100%. It smells like vagina.
It really does. I was trying to be politically correct and like not raunchy, and I was like, it smells like dirty fish, but like it really does, dude. Why does it smell like that? All right, peace out, yo.
Peace out.
We're brightened. We're ready to go. Next up, I'm gonna go in with concealer, and I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Macadamia. We're just gonna blend all that in with our little blender. Oh, you know what I forgot to do that we're gonna do real quick? You wanna take a black shadow, so I'm gonna use this one from the palette that I was using before, and you just wanna go over the lash band so that it's not so shiny. An update on the lashes, they actually did stay on, so maybe it is just you have to let it dry. Now we're good to go, we're Gucci. So I'm gonna go in with my Bobbi Brown foundation stick and add on a little bit of contour. And I'm gonna blend that out with the F83 curved kabuki. It has this nice curve to it. After that, I am gonna add on just a little bit of liquid highlighter. So this is from Marc Jacobs. It's the Do You Dewdrops Coconut Gel Highlighter. I'm just gonna take that right onto this high point and blend it out. I feel like this gives a more natural, like lit from within sort of glow. It's not like that super blinding glow, but it is definitely pretty. Just depends like what kind of look that you're going for. Then I'm gonna go ahead and set my face and bake a little bit with my Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Powder. I feel like matte skin is so in. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it, but matte skin is really in for falls. I meant fall. I'm actually gonna take my brush and do this eyebrow part just so I could really get the powder flattened onto the forehead. Smooth everything out. I feel like this particular powder really does smooth things out too. And you wanna take a little bit and press it underneath where the cheekbones are, and I'm taking this on such a light hand. I'm using the Morphe E41. Bring the powder down onto the neck to set the foundation that we put down there. And it is time to wipe that bakage away. And I like to use pressing motions when I am wiping it away. Underneath the eyes I'll swipe, but it's a very light motion, light-handed swipe, so that we're not wiping away any of the work that we've done underneath. And this is actually my favorite brush to do so with. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, but it has really, really soft bristles, and the shape is nice to wipe away powder, which honestly you can't beat because I think it's like $1 or $2. Now I'm gonna add on some bronzer with my Ofra Cosmetics On The Glow palette. This is the shade Americano, so it's their Americano bronzer. And you can buy it separately if you guys are interested in just like the one product, but I have it in this palette, so it's convenient, quite convenient. We already applied cream contour, so this is really just to like warm the face back up. Because after you add on concealer underneath the eyes, I feel like it lightens your complexion so much. And you want to do that so that you get that brightened under-eyed look, but we gotta add a little bit more warmth in. A little bit on my nose just to balance things out. I'm gonna go back into my Sephora palette and use the same shades to underline the lower lash line just to connect everything and finish off the eyes. So I'm taking Sepia first on my Dose of Colors pencil brush. I'm just going right underneath And then once I get to this inner part, I'm taking clay and meshing the two shades together. Then I like to go in with this brush right here. Ah! I almost dropped it. This brush, the Sigma E25. So it's really important to use a blending brush that has a pretty precise tip on it, not too fluffy. And this doesn't have any product on it, but we're just gonna diffuse the edges of that bottom shadow with this guy. Very important to use a clean brush for this step because you don't want any like product excess getting down here on the lower lash line. Same thing over here. We literally only use 2 eyeshadows for the entire look. That makes it very quick and easy to do if you were gonna do this on a more regular basis because you can just whip it out. Next up, I'm gonna take a little bit of Costa Riche eye pencil. This is the prettiest brown, you guys, because it's not a straight dark brown. It's almost like a medium brown. And it really like complements my eye color actually. And then we're gonna top that off with just a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. This is optional, like if you don't like your personal eye shape with mascara on the bottom, then obviously you don't have to do this, but I feel like it finishes off the eyes for me. Very Kim K eyes, I feel. Simple, but smoky. We have highlighter next. So I think I'm gonna use the Artist Couture highlighter. This is in the shade Illuminati. It's really, really beautiful. It is like such a blinding highlight, and especially over top of that more natural liquid highlighter that we put on, it's gonna be beautiful. So pretty. Let's put a little bit of that on the body. You know what I like about this highlighter is that it actually looks almost like wet, if that makes sense. It's not super sparkly. I don't know, it just has a nice like bounce of light. I'm gonna add on a little bit more bronzer because my face is now looking too light compared to my body. We're gonna blend out that product with this too and bring it onto the apples of the cheeks. Then for blush, I'm gonna take this palette from Sigma Beauty. This is their blush cheek palette. And I'm gonna take the shade Cor de Rosa and pop that right underneath where we put the highlighter and blend it onto the apples of the cheeks. This is gonna create a really smooth transition from the highlighter to the blush to the bronzer. That really brings us back to life, I feel. So I'm trying to keep even the face makeup as easy and simple and quick as possible. Like this is not, you know, your typical everyday makeup. It's not your typical no makeup or 5-minute makeup, but it is going to be quick and easy if this is the type of look that you're going for. That's a little bit more of a glam look, like smoky glam. And then for our inner corner highlight, I'm actually gonna use one of these MAC pigments over here. I think I might go with Copper Sparkle just to add a little zhuzh to the eyes. I love these MAC pigments, you guys, because they're so easy to work with when you really want to make something pop. And if you do want to recreate this look and you don't want to do like a copper inner corner highlight, then you can totally use your normal highlighter and it will look beautiful. It just really depends like what vibe you're going for. And I mean, do it all. Do it here, do it there, do a little gold inner corner highlight, do a white inner corner highlight. You can kind of play around because the eye makeup itself is pretty versatile and neutral. Adding a colored inner corner highlight is the easiest way to make your makeup pop without putting a lot of effort into it, honestly. It's just so easy to like, you know? I think I might actually do a little bit of glitter on the inner corner too for today, just for the mood I'm in right now. But again, you can skip this step, change it up, only do this, no other inner corner. It's really up to you. But this is just gonna give us a slight bit of glitter. It's really not too much. This is from BH Cosmetics and it's their glitter eyeliner. Urban Decay makes a similar product as well. Actually, I don't remember what the product is called, but the shade was like Midnight Cowboy. It's really, really similar to this one. For lips, I'm gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics Iced Latte lip liner. And for my lip color, I was thinking of using Karen's collection with Dose of Colors, the Dose of Colors I Love Serai Lipstick in Aesthetic. This is super warm, but it's such a pretty like burnt orangey brown shade. I don't know if it's gonna match this eye makeup look, but let's try it out. I mean, honestly, with this type of eye makeup, you could do like pretty much any lip color and it will look bomb. So it's kind of just like where you're going, what you're doing, what you're wearing. And then we're just gonna set all that down. Ooh, super fall vibes. Very pumpkin-y today. Alrighty guys, so hopefully you liked this video. I honestly love this look because it is so simple, so easy to do, and you can literally just get out the door with 2 eyeshadows and you're good. You can get to where you're going and not look like you didn't put effort in. So hopefully you guys liked this video. Let me know if you did in the comment section below. And thank you again to Bare Minerals for partnering up with me so I could tell you guys a little bit more about like the blue light and aging and all that crazy stuff. I was really shocked when I first learned about it, honestly. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Ow! My thumb is literally taking a beating today.
What does this smell like?
This was her glue.
I look crazy right now.
Oopsie, I made a poopsie. I am so funny. All right, peace out, mother freak.